Isn't it beautiful? Like-minded people gathering together for a purpose, for a goal, to solve the world's problems. Now, I want you people to acknowledge that, become aware of it, that now, and appreciate yourselves.
Well, I'm an egoist. I'm only solving my own problems at this moment.
How you define my own problems, of course, can be taken up different ways. My problems are your problems in many cases, are the Earth's problems. Some problems are just related to this monkey body here that I'm traveling around in, but we're all working on the problems of Earth, at least I am, and some of those are related, in fact most of them are related to my physical organism also.
Yeah, my problems could also be the world's problems. But for now, I'm talking only about my problems as being my own.
You're talking about the way you think about it. One way to think about it is in terms of my own problems. But you could take a look at the same situation in terms of my problems, but my referring to your larger self, Earth, which is also you.
Helen, you can make it as difficult as you want, because I think that a lot of people will understand what I'm saying.
Well, a lot of people will think they understand what you're saying. Whether they really understand is another matter, isn't it?
That depends on how well they know me, or the common sense of using this language.
Uh-oh, we are back to language again.
Yeah, I'm afraid I have a much lower opinion. Of course, I only know about people living in South California. It may be different in Europe. God, I hope it is, because if everyone on the planet is like the people in South California, well, I still think there's hope. In fact, I'm quite optimistic. But right now, I'd say at least 95% of the people I see literally are entranced by the voice in their head, totally sucked into the matrix, the system that they've been inculcated with since infancy by the television and their parents. And occasionally they have moments of clarity, but for the most part, they live lives in a trance. And that, until that changes, I don't see anything changing until a sufficient number of individuals around the planet begin to wake up from the trance they live in.
That's what you get fed in from the outside. Like if you don't wear that kind of socks or pants or shirts or whatever, or you will be unhappy, or name it. Yeah. There are all kinds of ideas that are brought into our heads that are not our own. But
even the idea of myself is merely this is one of the central issues of Gendo, is our very idea of what it is to be me, that I am a separate little thing here, enclosed in a bag of skin, separate from everybody else. That's just a way of thinking. That's a theory that we've been taught. We've been raised in to consider everything through the lens of, oh, I'm me in here. There are other ways, equally true, quite different, that don't have an I in here that's separate, and that's just as reasonable a way of looking at the world. But I think most human beings have been brought up to be identified with the voice in our head as something independent, separate from the whole world, and we mistake that way of thinking for the way it is.
Okay, but can you explain what the other way is, or the right way?
There isn't any such thing. Which is the right map, a topo map or a street map? They're both useful. It's not about which map is the one true map. It's about having multiple maps, but knowing when to apply which map to which circumstance. That gets a little more complicated. But the idea of the one true map is part of our sickness.